say, I do. How many worship you? Come on, get those hands in the air. I do worship you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Welcome to the Community Shall Be Restored. I'm your host, Prophet Cedric Banks, along with
Prophetess Donetta Banks.
We have a tremendous show for you today that's going to bless your life. We have today Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree. You know, welcome back to the show. You done been on 2 or 3 times?
2 or 3 times, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you again for inviting me.
Yeah. Each time you're a blessing. Those out there in TV land love to see you coming. We get a lot of good feedback whenever you come on the show. And Treasurer, what do you have going? Just tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Okay, right now, this time of year is very busy because many people have received notices telling them that their property is facing tax foreclosure, that they could lose their property if they don't pay their 2014 and prior taxes or don't get into a payment plan. So right now we're really pushing to get people into payment plans. And there's a couple of things that we have. One is we call it an extension, distressed owner occupant extension. If your income is low, you live in the home, you own your own home, you can get an extension to pay your 2014 taxes till December 2017. And that means that you don't have to pay anything per month. You just have to pay off your 14 taxes by the end of December of 2017. This is something that could be taken advantage of. It doesn't stop the interest rate, of which is 18% a year. It is very high. It doesn't stop that, but it does give people time. And some individuals maybe count on the income tax return or some large sum of money during the year. They can catch up and pay these taxes. But otherwise, you would get into a payment plan which requires you to pay so much per month on a monthly basis. This is important. We also want to tell people that they should check and see if they're eligible for an exemption with their city. Whatever city they live in, they're what they call poverty exemptions or low income exemption. These income exemptions are only for income related. They're nothing to do with age, nothing to do with anything else. It's just income. So you have to apply to the city and ask for an exemption if you think your income is low. I think for a household of 2 in the city of Detroit, I know their guideline is like $19,900, I believe it is. If anything under that, you would be eligible for a full exemption. Or if it's more than that, a partial exemption. So I would urge people to look into that, because if you're eligible for an exemption, then you shouldn't be paying property taxes at all. And that's
For an exemption, they shouldn't be paying property taxes at all.
No, they have to apply though.
How do you get an exemption?
You go to your assessor's office, and the city of Detroit is room 804 in the Coleman Young Municipal Center, and you ask for an application for an exemption. And what they'll do, they usually mail these applications to you just to be verified that that's your home. They won't give you an application, they'll mail it to you. And that's the way the city does it. They're in charge of that. The assessor's office has full jurisdiction over that. They will determine whether or not you're eligible. And if you're eligible, then you don't pay property taxes if you get a full exemption, or you get a partial exemption, and that will cut your tax bill down. This is very important to apply. If you're a military veteran and you're 100% disabled, then you don't pay property taxes at all. But you have to apply. You got to apply for it, and the city has full jurisdiction. So a lot of times people come in our office, to the Wayne County Treasurer's office, and say, you know, I applied to the city for an exemption. I haven't heard anything. This has been 2 years. Well, if it's 2 years have gone by and you haven't heard anything, that's why you got a tax bill. And that's why you're delinquent. You have to follow up with the city. You go to your city council member, go to the mayor's office, do whatever you have to do. Don't wait until it becomes delinquent and come over to us to ask us about the exemption, because we can't do anything about your exemption. That's a city function. All we can do is tell you about it and ask you to go apply for it, because we know that down the road, we see a number of individuals who say, I only make $800 a month. Well, we know that's not enough money to do all the things you need to do. You shouldn't be paying property tax at all. If you apply for an exemption, you should have received an exemption. So we see the individuals, but they're 3 years delinquent by the time we get them.
Right.
So, or by the time we actually talking to them, it's 3 years delinquent. We're trying to stop them from getting them to that point in the first place.
Because you have people, some maybe in the studio now here, many people that attend the church that's not here,
yes,
that may be future homeowners someday. You see what I'm saying? Future homeowners someday. So you're getting some very good knowledge and resources here today. What about Treasurer Sabree? You have seen many miracles
Right.
in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office. You had mentioned some of those miracles that you have seen. Can you tell the TV audience some of the miracles which you have seen in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office when it comes down to property taxes and people's homes?
Let me just say tell you a few of the stories that we have. It sort of illustrates what people are dealing with.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the thing that motivates me more and more to do a better job, to work hard. Because people that we have in our county, especially in our big city, Detroit, which has 92% of all the tax foreclosures, by the way, Detroit does. So we have to concentrate on Detroit, because that's where we have the huge number of foreclosures in our city. But the county as a whole is important. I'm elected to serve the entire county, so I'm going to tell you, it's the courage that the people have, the determination that they have, the strength that they have is a motivation to me. I see a young woman who had 3 children came to my office.
3 children.
She said, I'm going to pay my taxes because I don't have any place else to go.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but I'm going to tell you, I haven't had lights in my house for 30 days.
Okay.
And working with DTE, trying to get the lights back on. But in the meantime, I want to save my house. She said, my children go to school every day. She said, they go to school clean, their clothes are clean, they're fed every day, and when they come home and when it gets dark, we do our homework with flashlights.
Wow.
Flashlights.
Wow.
So she said, I'm not going to lose my house. My children are not going to go without getting an education. Now, this person, you think about it, you say, these children will be successful. God is blessing them with a mother that has priorities in line. And so, you see,
how old was his mother? You don't have to tell her name, but at least how do you know how old she was, around about?
About 35 years old.
Oh, young lady.
Yeah, somewhere around 30, 35.
Young lady.
Yeah, young, determined, hard working, determined, understand the value of education. Her children, see, those are the children that we must invest in.
Right.
Those children we invest in because they're going to understand what it's all about. And they have a mother who is making sure that they're going to get their education and their priorities are in order. Mm-hmm. So these are the kind of people we have in our city. But you don't hear about them.
Right.
You don't hear about that.
Right. Because
they're not getting in trouble. They're just trying to make it. See, they're trying to make it. Now, we had a lady came in one time. She said, she pulled out. We went into the office, conference room where the cashier area is. Mm-hmm. She said, I wanted to talk to you for a minute. She said, I have the money to pay my taxes. She pulled out $2,800 out of her purse.
Cash?
Cash. Put it on the table. She said, I have the money. I just want to show you I have the money.
Wow.
She said, here's my tax bill, here's the money. Mm-hmm. She said, but I need to ask you a favor. I said, what? She said, my father has been in the morgue for 5 weeks, and my brothers and sisters are not helping me do anything to get him buried. I need to know, can I get some more time? I need about a few months so I can bury him, but I don't want to lose my house. If you tell me that you're not going to give me any more time, I'm going to pay my taxes right now. but I just want to know if I can get a little more time. So, of course, I said to her, you know, I'm not going to have you, I don't want you to make that choice between paying your taxes and saving your house and burying your father, who'd been in the morgue for 5 weeks. So I gave her more time, you know, and that was, I said, you know, sometimes people tell you stories and you know they're not true. But most of the stories I hear are true. And I just make a decision sometimes. Because you know what? If you help people and they're not telling you the truth, they're coming back next year. I see it all the time. They're coming back this next year with the same story. So I don't worry about it. I said, if you get away this 1 year and you're not telling the truth, then that's okay. Because I'd rather err on the side of letting you go and than to err on the side of harming you unnecessarily and not believing your story. So I said that was a good story. She did end up paying her taxes a few months later than she said, but she paid. So that was worth it to me, to save a house, to save someone, and allow her to bury her father with some dignity and do that. So those kind of things you can do. And you know, it makes a difference who your treasurer is when you can do that. And that's what, you know, a lady came in also, another woman had she said, I don't have any money. I can't. I said, well, you don't have any money. I don't know, what am I supposed to do about that? Because really when it comes down to it, you know, eventually people have to have income. Right. We can give them payment plans, all kinds of extensions.
Because even with a payment plan, you have to pay some money.
You gotta have some money. You gotta have some money. Right. So I said to her, you don't have any money, there's really nothing I can do to help you. Because, you know, the Department of Human Services can help you with a one-time grant, $2,000 to get you. She said, I'm not on social services. I'm not part of that. I said, well, if you're a veteran, she said, I'm not a veteran. My husband, I don't have a husband. Veteran. I'm not a spouse of a veteran. I can't get any money there. I said, well, about Step Forward program. She said, I applied for that already, but the deed wasn't in my name. You know, at the time, you know, the taxes were owed and all of this, so she wasn't eligible for Step Forward, which is a state program, federal money to help people with that, get their property taxes paid if they're behind. Right. So she wasn't eligible for anything. She said, I don't have any money. I said, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She said, well, I just wanted to check with you. So here's what I'm getting ready to do. She said, I'm gonna take my wedding ring and my fur coat down to Zeidman's, and I'm gonna get that money, and I'll be back. Oh. She said, I'm 55 years old. I can't afford to lose my house. And my children's stuff is still in my house. And my house is full of stuff. I can't move anywhere. She said, but I'm gonna be back in about 4 hours, and I'm gonna pay my taxes. She said, I can't go to the homeless shelter in my fur coat. So she came back later that day with all her money and paid the taxes.
So she took off her fur coat.
She said, I'm getting a fur coat and wedding ring.
Okay.
And to get her money.
Was her taxes high, really high?
Oh yeah, she had about $6,000 or $7,000 in taxes.
And she was able to get $6,000 for.
And she may have already had some money with it. You know, I don't know.
Right.
But that's what she came and paid her taxes.
Wow.
And I said, you know, this is the kind of thing that's going on.
That's a blessing.
I said, well, fortunately for you, you have some resources.
Right. And
some people don't have anything.
Some people don't have anything.
Some people don't have a fur coat or diamond
ring. Right,
so they could get money for her.
Yeah.
But she did. And so my last story that I'll tell you is a veteran that came back from Iraq. He said, you know, this is 2 weeks before the auction, I'm about to lose my house. He said, I got a divorce while I was overseas. I said, I thought we was out of Iraq by now. He said, well, it's 300 of us in the desert guarding all the stuff that we left behind. That's our job. We sat in the middle of the desert guarding all the tanks, the trucks, the artillery, everything that we left behind when we left is still there, like a big base full of equipment that we trying to keep the enemies, terrorists, from getting our stuff to use it against us. So our job is just guard the equipment. We got 300 soldiers or whatever he said over there just guarding equipment. He said, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. Just sitting out in the middle of the desert, guarding tanks and trucks and artillery. He said, but look, man, I lost my house. This is about to go to the auction. My wife divorced me. I came back. I've been here 2 weeks. And now I have no money I haven't got my money together yet. I got some money, but I can't pay the taxes. I just need you to give me a break. Give me some time. Because she didn't pay the taxes. I didn't know, I was sending money home, and we got divorced, tax not paid. I said, look, man. I said, you've been over there risking your life for us, for this country. There's no way I'm gonna let you lose your house in the auction, So I said, well, he said, look, I'm gonna pay it. So, I took him out of the auction, took it out of foreclosure, held it, put it over, out of foreclosure. And I put a note there, veteran, put my notes on the computer so people know why I took it out. And about 6 months later, he came back and he showed me his receipts. I just wanted you to know I paid my taxes. Because if anybody else come to you with an unbelievable story like mine, then you won't tell them no. You give them a chance. So these are just a few stories that we hear, that we have going on, things that we happen in our office. Now, we're doing some things to make it easier for people to pay. We have the kiosks now. You can go in the Rite Aid drugstore, Northwest Activity Center, Focus Hope, the Samaritan Center, and you can go and pay your taxes at a machine, a kiosk,
Really?
A payment center. And we have over 8,000 people have used these already. And I tell you, Martin Luther King holiday, we were closed.
Mm-hmm.
We had 232 people use the kiosk that day, and we took in over $92,000.
Wow.
Just because that's how much people are using them now. Cash, credit cards, or checks you can use at
So
the
they'll
kiosk.
put $3,000 or $4,000 in the kiosk? Cash?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they get, the company takes them, they empty them, they service the machines and everything for us.
Yeah.
And they're in the drugstore, the Rite Aid stores, or a community center. And they have assistance. In the drugstore, personnel helps people if they have a problem, how to use it. It's real simple.
Right.
It's real easy. I use it, show people all the time in the office. We have people there showing them how to use it. Take 5 minutes to make your payments. You don't have to come downtown to pay for parking. You don't have to stand in line for 45 minutes or whatever to make a payment. You can pay online, you can pay by phone, you can pay at the kiosk.
That's real good.
Or you can come in and come in. We'd love to see you when you come in, but why go spend your gas money to come downtown when you can pay at the drugstore, you can pay online. Online payments are picking up every day. We're going more and more online. The mail is very little, hardly at all. We hardly get any mail compared to what it used to be, like even 3 years ago. The mail is becoming most regular way of paying the bills now.
Now, when someone loses their house,
Yes.
or it goes through the auction?
What happens is, here's what goes on first. By the first Tuesday of July, no later than the first Tuesday of July, our office has to offer any property that's foreclosed to the state of Michigan first, the municipality second, and the county third. They have the right of refusal. The state is first. They very seldom take anything. Usually only if it's affects some kind of project the state is working on, freeway or some easement that they need for. Very seldom does the state take anything. But the cities have the option of taking these properties. They pay the back taxes, minus their own portion, the city's taxes. They don't pay themselves, but they'll pay the back taxes and take the properties out of the auction before the auction starts. They take it out take it out. That's one way. Then we go to the auction with the remaining properties. Whatever the cities don't take, they don't pay the taxes. We go to the auction and sell the properties. We offer them, for all the back taxes is the minimum bid, the first auction. Like for instance, you owe $7,000 in back taxes, the minimum bid is $7,000.
Okay, so, and that could be a very nice house.
It could be an excellent house.
It could be a 3-4 bedroom house, everything up to code, pretty walls, nice carpet,
It could be.
and everything.
It could be.
It could be $7,000.
Could be. What happens a lot of times, and that's why one of our outreach efforts are so important. And the mayor's office has done a fabulous job working with us. Last year we had the mayor, all the district managers. The mayor sent out a letter himself. The water department put notices in there about saving your property. So we had a real team effort last year, and that we were able to save more houses than ever And we're going to do the same thing this year. We've already started. We have cooperation from state reps, from state senators, from the city council, and not just Detroit, but all the cities, the county commission, everybody's involved. And that's what it takes. People involved, knocking on doors, calling people, telling them, save your house. Because sometimes people, they don't understand what's going on. Sometimes they're sick. They're sick, like you know, if you're sick and you're in the hospital, you're getting these notices. Or you're in a rehab center somewhere, your children aren't paying attention to the mail, or you don't have any children to help you. The mail's going there, nobody's paying attention. Your house gets foreclosed. And normally, you know, you would pay the bills, but somebody's not getting the bill or not paying attention, and then you lose it. But if you say knocking on the door, calling the neighbor, say, you know what, your house, your house is facing foreclosure, and people just can't be embarrassed and worried about it. It's too late to be embarrassed.
Right.
It's too late to be worried about that. You got to save your house.
You got to save your house.
Somebody's knocking on your door trying to help you. You better
right.
take advantage of it. Right. Save your house.
Right.
Because people at work.
Ain't no time for embarrassment now. You got to save your house. Because you got to think, ain't nobody may not open no doors for me. I might be out in the cold. You got to look out for you now.
That's when
whatever embarrassment you got to face, you just got to face it and take it on.
A real embarrassment is when somebody knock on your door and tell you, I just bought your house.
Oh, yeah, that is. That's the real embarrassment.
It could be the shock. That could be the shock of your life. And that happens every year, unfortunately.
That's disaster right there.
That's disaster. Somebody said, I just bought your house.
I just bought your house, and I'm giving you 20 days to get out.
Yeah. Most of the time, the buyers don't want to evict people because they see a tenant. They see money. They can say, well, I'll sell it back to you, or I'll rent it to you. But that's depressing to know you paid for your house, or your parents paid for your house, and you've been living there for 30 years or 20 years, whatever, and now somebody's just telling you, you got to buy it again, you got to pay it, you had paid for it once. Now they want to sell it back to you for $30,000 or $40,000. Or they're going to charge you rent to rent your house that you used to live in and that you had paid for. So that's depressing. And you don't want that to happen. You just don't want that to happen. And so I tell you, one foreclosure is too many. One is too many. We had last year, let me tell you, over 14,000 properties go to the auction. A little less than 14, actually. We had, by the time we started the auction, it was a little less than 14,000. But this year, we hope that it's under 10. We're going to keep knock that number down. And still, when you say that number to anybody else other than the people in Wayne County and Detroit, that's still a huge number. Yeah. 10,000, 8,000, that's still too many. What we want to do is, we say all we want to foreclose on are abandoned houses, vacant lots, fire damaged houses that need to be demolished. That's fine. But we don't want to foreclose on any occupied houses. We really don't. So we're trying to do what we can to save as many as possible. That's our goal. That's our goal. And, until, like I said, one is too many. If one person get the house, see, you can say we had a great job, did a great job, we saved these homes, we only have this many this year, but if your house is the one that got foreclosed, that really don't sound, that's not, no victory for you. That's not a victory.
No, that's not a victory.
If it's your family member that lost their house, then you really don't care how many we saved because yours didn't get saved. So that's why I understand that, and that's why I say one is too many. So not trying to be satisfied. I can't be satisfied as long as we have any foreclosures. Even though I know for a fact that we're going to have some. Even though I know the reality is we're going to have some, but I can't be satisfied with any foreclosures, especially occupied houses. Because even though I'm mandated by state law to foreclose if people don't pay or get into plans, we'll do everything we can to keep them out, to keep them in their property. Because that's what keeps the neighborhood alive. That's what keeps the family alive and together. It's keeping people in their homes, giving them an opportunity to live, as people should live, and that's our goal. Treasurer
Sabree, what are you looking to accomplish in this term the rest of your remaining of your term in office as Wayne County Treasurer? What are you looking to accomplish?
We want to drive that number, first of all, that foreclosure number down. That's number one goal, driving that number down and finding ways to help people who need money to pay their taxes. Finding more ways to help them. Because, like I said before, the bottom line is a lot of times people just need money. They need income. It goes back to high school and middle school. When we train our young people in school, what can they do when they graduate? What can they do? Who can do the plumbing, the electrical, the carpentry, the bricklaying, the heating and cooling? Who can do that work? If we're not training people in our schools to do that work, that means that money, they're not getting the money that we're spending to have that work done. Somebody else is getting the money. And so therefore they can't pay their taxes because they don't have any income and they don't have skills necessary to get the income. So it really goes back to education and training. And here now, I started working in the Treasurer's office in 2011 as a deputy. Now, in 2011 is what, 6 years ago? Mm-hmm. Okay. So somebody graduated from high school 6 years ago, they're 18 years old, now they're 24. Right?
Right.
So if I'm thinking, you can't always say, well, you know, you can't worry about the high school kids, we can't worry about what's going on right now. But if 6 years ago, if we had done something with the high school people, then they'd be 24 years old today with some income, can pay their taxes. So, you know, we just got to start. You got to do both. You got to work both ends of the spectrum. You got to work with the people who are facing foreclosure right now, and you got to go work with the schools to make sure that in the future, people have some income. It's jobs and money and income. That's really what it's all about. I can't fix that by myself. I can't fix it. It's not even my function to do that. But I know that impacts what I do. That impacts what I do, and it means something to me because unless people have income, this is continually going to be a problem. That's reality.
Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree, I want you to look right there in that camera. Yes. We got 2 minutes left on this program, and we're through. I want you to look right in that camera and tell those out there in TV land, whatever up on your heart, whatever message that you want to give to them out there. The next 2 minutes is yours. Close us on out. Bring us on home. Right. Treasurer Sabree.
Thank you. I want to say that if you have any doubt about your property tax situation, come down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office. Call us. You can call us at 313-224-5990. That's 313-224-5990. Or you can email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com. Taxinfo@waynecounty.com. And don't give up. A lot of people think, oh, I missed the deadline, I lost my home. And they give up. They contact us anyway, and we'll see what we can do to help you. At least contact us and make sure that you're right. That if you think you lost your home, we want to make sure that you don't have another opportunity, or you do have an opportunity. We want to make sure that you don't give up unnecessarily. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Wow, what a dynamite program today. I've been your host, Prophet Cedric Banks. What did you think about Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree, this dynamite program today?
Oh, it was great, very informative, a lot of resources for the community, giving them hope that they can still keep their homes in spite of their circumstances. So it was wonderful.
Okay, that was great. I've been your host today, Prophet Cedric Banks, along with
Prophetess Dynetta Banks.
And along with
Treasurer Eric Sabree
from
Wayne County Treasurer's office.
All right, see you next Saturday night right here, 8 p.m. on the Community Shall Be Restored TV show.
Can I get a witness here? I do. How many worship you? Come on, get those hands in the air. I do worship you. Yes, sir.